This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Okay, I'm back. Did the whole camera just shake? Because I have it setting up here on my desk here. Yeah, I'm doing this A-roll with the autofocus on the red Komodo. We'll see how that works. I think it'll work okay, honestly. Sigma 18-35 on a red Komodo for a YouTube video. That's what we need to be doing, right, Spencer? Right? Yeah, so I just got back from a big trip, which was fun, but I want to get back into doing some YouTube videos here, helping you guys out. But before I do that, let's talk about, I finally got to meet Patrick Tomasso in real life. I went to Toronto, we went to TIFF, we saw a movie premiere called The Humans, really amazing movie. I think it might be, they might have changed their name because it was a premiere, so they hadn't marketed it at all. They didn't have a trailer out for it or anything at the time. I think they're now calling it Only Humans. I don't know. Really wonderful film. It was really awesome to meet Patrick Tomasso in real life. We've been friends online for well over a year, maybe close to 2 years now, and we never met in real life. So that was fun. You should watch his channel if you haven't watched his channel already. You've probably seen some of his videos attached to my channel before, or seen his face or whatever, but that's not what we're talking about really today. I put out a little Q&A when I was on the trip. I kind of do that annually. I put up a little Q&A. People, you can ask me whatever you want about this career and some advice. And what we're about to talk about today is someone asked me how to get more work as a cinematographer, which is good because it's something that I don't think about as much anymore because I've been doing this for so long. Because when you do it this long, your connections turn into more connections and more connections, and the work kind of just keeps coming. And I don't have to think about it as much, which is bad. If you go look at my website right now, actually, let's pull that up here. Yeah, so this work that I have here is pretty old, maybe a year old, more than a year old actually. And so I haven't really updated it, which kind of goes back to this whole thing. I've neglected this. I used to have my demo reel on here, which even that, I haven't updated my demo reel since like 2017 because the work has just been happening. But if you're new to this career and you want some advice on getting more work, don't do what I did. Constantly be putting stuff on your website and showing off what you're capable of. So that's actually what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna take this opportunity to actually sit down and kind of revamp my website and kind of give some pointers on why I'm doing certain things on here to help better showcase what I'm capable of rather than just putting a bunch of videos on a web page. So this video is sponsored by Squarespace. Now, yes, it is sponsored by Squarespace, but I've been using Squarespace my entire career, and that's because it is so easy to build a website with Squarespace. And it's going to be really easy to refresh my website because of the platform that they offer. So we're going to kind of jump into that right now, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to kind of revamp this and make this better. I would stick around. I bet you get some useful tips out of this as someone that's just new to this career. Your website is kind of everything. You have your Instagram and your social medias and stuff, and you kind of want to not mix all that together all the time. You want to have certain projects on your website that you may not want to show off on your Instagram, or that's kind of how I do it. Sometimes I put the stuff on my Instagram that is more meaningful to who I am as a creator, but sometimes on here you want to put some stuff on here that maybe just needs to show off a type of commercial that you're able to create. There's a long time saying you can't get a commercial without shooting a car commercial. So like on the front page here, I have this OU Health thing, which is a hospital here where I live, and I made a commercial with them. And so now someone can come on here and see that I know how to shoot something in the health field. Maybe something, those images are really nice. I really love these images, so I did post those images on my Instagram, but maybe there's some stuff on here that never made it to my Instagram. But I definitely need to refresh this because I'm now becoming more of a director. I've been directing a lot more projects this year. My short film, a music video. I just did a commercial just a couple weeks ago where I directed the entire project. And so I need to kind of update this to better represent what I'm trying to do now, which is adding some directing stuff to this, the stuff that I've been doing recently, and we're gonna revamp this and make it look prettier. So if you wanna follow along with any of this and you wanna kind of jump in and do this yourself, that's really easy. Just click the link in the description. You will get a free trial to Squarespace, and you can actually just jump in and start doing this as well. And then if you feel like you wanna sign up, you can just sign up and get your own website through Squarespace. So what's really cool about when you're using Squarespace, first off, you can log into your account and just jump into it that way. Or you can just go to your website and hit the escape key, and that will just bring up the editing tab for you. So here what I'm gonna do is I think I'm going to start with a new template. And I'll try to kind of whiz through this pretty quick so you don't have to sit here and just watch me do all the nitty gritty, but I just kind of want to show you some of these main things that I want to do. So we can go back over here to the templates. When you go to like start an account, if you just go to squarespace.com, you can go right to this templates page here. They have a ton of templates to choose from from different types of industries. So say you want to do a portfolio, since this is more for like the video or photo side of things, then you can go through here and you can actually just like quickly preview a website that's already built, or you can start with this and see how it would look on your own back end. So you could just like preview this one, for instance. It'll show you kind of how it looks. You can see it mobile devices, like this will look like on a tablet, this will look like a mobile device. But I already kind of picked one out previously, so I'm gonna go over here to the template on my sidebar here. This is basically your editing tab. And I think I'm gonna do this one. I don't know how to say that exactly, but we are going to preview this, and it's going to start to take some of the elements I've already built and kind of throw them onto here. What I like about this one is that it has big, large images that you can scroll through, and then if you wanted to dig deeper into the images, you can click the image and it'll take you farther in. I want to do something similar to this. So this is for like a photography website. So it's big images on the screen, which is not super common for video stuff. You probably want to have videos here, but I want to change that up. I think that it makes more sense to quickly give a preview of what kind of images you can create in a fast amount of time. So I'm actually wanting to take screenshots from videos and make them bigger on the page so people can immediately just start seeing images that I can create, regardless if they're moving or not. So you can see here, if you click on the link, it takes you to the project itself. I really like how this is laid out too, because I like that you can get like an overview of what I'm capable of, and then I like that you can click into that project and then see more details about that project. So that's actually what I'm gonna try to do here. Because if you look at my website previously, it's just a bunch of videos on a page and people are gonna have to go through and watch all those. So I wanna kind of switch that up. So this is a template that's already built for us, but we're gonna go through and modify it a little bit to do what we're talking about here, where we're gonna make this like, you know, they've had a photo on the home page and that's taking you through to the project. So we are going to start with the same one here, space to sweat. Okay, so we're gonna come over here and click this. This page is an example. You can either copy it and add your own content or remove it. We're going to copy the page. That way you can have this template. And then what we're gonna go is go back. So this page is now live here. We're gonna go to the settings here, and we're gonna change the page title real quick. I'm gonna call it Razor's Edge Daniel Moodliar. So now we've named the page, so it has its own place now over here. Then let's figure out how to go back to the main page here and add that first photo to it. We're gonna come in here, the navigation photos here. So we're gonna delete all these photos and we're gonna add our own. So when you're getting a template like this, you do have to go through and modify it like this. You can start from scratch if you want to. It's very easy to do that as well. But for the sake of this, we are going to just go through and take this template, because I mean, it's a pretty good template. So I'm gonna upload some photos here, basically some shots from the video. So it's going to create a gallery basically for us. This is a gallery. These functionalities have been through on Squarespace for a very long time, so they work very well, the gallery functions. So a good top image could be maybe this one. So we can literally just move these around very quick. Let's get rid of this. So that's a good place to start. So you can come over here and expand to really see how this will look on the full screen. So these images are quite large, but they look really nice like that. So I did not shoot this music video. I was actually the director on this music video. I concepted it with Daniel. So I'll make sure give credit where credit is due on this one. So I'll make sure that Keaton Nye gets the DP credit and I'll just get the directing credit, but I can add all that to this description here. Basically, we just go back out to the editing tab here. So this one, because it is a gallery, you normally can just add your text boxes here, but because this one's set up as a gallery, you're going to have to, you can't just hit the edit here. This edit function here only shows you this stuff over here. So what we actually want to go to is the settings tab over here, very simple. And then this is our description. So over we can just be like, just to keep it simple, we're just gonna add some credits here. We're just gonna put directed by Spencer Sakurai, cinematography by Keaton Nye. Just so you can get a kind of general idea what's going on here. Obviously I could put more in that description here. Maybe I could talk about the approach to the video, you know, something that kind of tells the backstory of the project. So these future clients can pop on and kind of see what your approach is and what you're kind of about without having to do much digging. It could just be right there. But for now, we're just gonna throw that in there so you can kind of see how this works. So then also on this page, we can go back to the pages, go back home, and then we can go to, so you have a bunch of options here, right? You have your pages that you can modify, but you also have a design tab. You've got your marketing and other back-end settings. Very simple to access all this stuff, but you can go to design here, and then we can go to site styles. And then you can actually, what you do is you hover around out here and you can click, and it'll kind of show you how this specific part of your website is laid out. So I can see, let's see, image custom spacing. I can change the spacing of the images here, which isn't going to do much because it's a full banner, but you could do like alignment, could be left, right, or center. Image spacing could be small. So these are all set up under a gallery here. So you can see now that we've taken the template and we've now added a different image to the top. It's going to be the first image on the gallery is now going to be the homepage image here, which is pretty fun. So people will get a quick big view of what they're going to see, and then they can actually just click right through to the project and see more of the project. Something else we can do here is if we probably want to show the actual video, so we can come over here and click on that. And I believe we can add a video to this. So you can add a video, and by doing that, it'll ask you two different options. You can just put the video URL in here, or you can embed the video. So it's pretty simple. We can just go over to youtube.com, just grab the video here, and simply just put in the URL. And then you can add a description to it, and you can even add your own thumbnail to it, which would be nice. Let's actually do that. Let's just upload one of these images as the thumbnail. We're gonna go back over here to the gallery, and we can put this at the top. So to make that not a draft anymore, we go into the settings here, we come down to the status, and we had to go and publish that video into the gallery. So now this format's not quite perfect yet. I'll have to play around with it a little bit. So we've got the title here of the project. People can click through and just actually watch the video, which is awesome. Or they can scroll down and see all of the images from it very quickly if they want to. And we can change the padding of all this stuff here by simply coming back out, going back to the design part here, site styles, click over here. It's going to give us, basically how these things are aligned. Scale caption. Let's see. So it takes some getting used to on some of these parts in here. You have to kind of figure out the spacing and how it works when you're working within a template. But if you weren't working within a template, you could simply just build this from scratch the way you want to. And sometimes that's faster, but sometimes it's not. Maybe you want to see how someone else is laid out first. Sometimes that can be more handy. So you get the idea there. If we go back to the main page here, go to pages, we can go what's called, this one says commission. This is basically like commissioned work. So I could change the setting here to maybe directed by or something like that, which commissioned is fine. Say I did get paid to make this video. This would be on the commission page here. So these are the stuff that someone, asked me, paid me to make. So now this gallery head has changed because we put a video there instead, but they can still see an image and then click through. So basically what I'll go through and do now is I'm going to go through and change all these out with the different thumbnails and add the projects there, which is really easy. And you can add more pages here. If you want to add another slide, you simply just add the page here. You can pick how you want it to be laid out. These are all currently galleries, so we would click the gallery, or you can add a store or a blog, or I like what, you can do a booking if you need to. What I like here is they have a contact page as well, so these will be separate from these basically these like stacked galleries. Over here will be separate pages that are just normal pages basically. So as you can see here, we've got information on the contact page on how to contact. So you could put your email in here and they could click that, or you could also do a form. So if you wanted to come in here, you could go to the edit tab. Let's get back out of this. Go to edit settings, and what that's going to do now is now you can edit these individually. So you can see here, this is the banner, this is basically the top, but you can also go to edit, and this is the entire page content. So you can see, so you've got these little plus signs here, so you can add. So maybe you wanted to click here and add a form. You have all these options of things you can quickly add. So like a form would be like, a little contact form. You could be like, give me your name, your email, what you want to talk about, rather than putting your email here so people can't just have full access to you whenever they want. Having it set up this way is nice because when you get an email, you can actually see that it's from Squarespace. It's someone that entered your page, was looking to hire somebody, and then they emailed you Very nice way of opening up a line of communication rather than them just having your email and you getting lost in your inbox. And you can change all these settings in here. Of course, you can edit the form fields to different things, and that's really handy. So we're actually going to back out of that and cancel that. I'm not going to do that right now. But you can see how you can edit any of these things. You can change the design of them if you want. You go to site styles, you click on that part, and now we can change, the font, etc. I guess the actual font would be back on the entire site styles. Type in like a header. So site title font, you can, they have these built-in fonts here, or you can upload from Google Fonts or Adobe Typekit. So say we wanted to change this one. We could. Now that change this up here. And you can cycle through any of these and just get the look that you're looking for, which is so nice about Squarespace. We're going to cancel all this. I don't want to actually change anything at the moment. And so what I like about this is that, you can see how quickly I just change things here. So when a new project does come in, I need to update it. It's not that big of a deal. Once I've kind of built the backbone, I can simply just add another page, and I can go through here and be like, okay, I want it to be a gallery. And then I can quickly be like, new, whatever that is, for instance, and then I can quickly upload something, upload an image or a video, and get going again and just add to that as I go along, because as a cinematographer, filmmaker, whatever, you're going to be constantly having new projects that you're going to need to update. So this makes it really easy for that. So if you want a free trial to Squarespace, click the link in the description to get 10% off. And I want to thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video. But let me give you a few tips from a getting work standpoint on your website, or just in general, really. One thing to do here, so I gave credit where credit was due, directed by me, but cinematography by Keaton. These are really important things to know. Something I also like to do is put as many people in the description as possible to show the people you've worked with. So if someone comes to you, they can also look up other people that you've worked with, and you can kind of see the collaboration there, and they know that you have a network. They know that you have support around you to get the job done. Recently, I directed this project, and I had to hire like 15 people or something like that for the entire project. So me and the producer went through, honestly, the producer found a lot of these people for me, but I had worked with a lot of them before. And so you kind of knew that there was going to be a good flow there and that you already have that network in place if someone's looking to hire you. But a lot of times if you're just a cinematographer, they're just looking to hire you, and you're going to come in and they're like, oh, well, did you work with this person? Did you have this AC? Oh, that you guys worked well together? Well, that's nice. Okay, so we'll hire that AC too. So they know that this is all happening. So it's easy to kind of show and give yourself credibility right there on the website. It's kind of like having a reference on a resume. Another thing that's important is, so you could go to the commission tab and I could put every project I've ever done on here. But I think you want to curate this a little bit. You don't want to put everything on there. Put the things that you're proud of, but also maybe add in a little variety, like I said earlier. Like maybe if you've done some food shoots before and you want to do some more food stuff, well, make sure you have one tab that probably has something that's food related so you can get more work like that. But make sure you don't put too much stuff on there that you don't want to shoot, because in this career I found that the things that you're shooting is what people get attracted to you by. So if, say, you're a wedding videographer or something like that, you shoot one wedding, you're going to get asked to shoot another one. So if you shoot some food, well, you can get asked to shoot more food. And so put the stuff on there that you're trying to attract, while just having a little bit of variety, just to make sure you get enough work to support yourself. I think it's always good to have a personal tab as well. I mean, there's probably tons of projects that you do on spec or just for fun, or something that you feel that just represents you as an artist. Those things are good too, because those will attract that type of work as well. So put that stuff on there. Show that you're doing stuff outside of money, show the client that you are more than just the business. What's also nice about this, so you could blog if you want to. So what helps with this is the search engine optimization when you're using your website. This is a totally different topic, but having your name on here a bunch of times, having the type of gear you have on here, typing in maybe where you're located, and using these tabs as words that will connect you to people if they're searching in your area. So say someone types in cinematographer Midwest. Well, if I have those words enough times on my website, maybe on the blog or whatever, that will actually help Google try to find you, right? So, I get calls all the time as a freelance cinematographer living in the Midwest from people in New York, LA, all over the place, Florida, wherever, and they need someone on the ground here to get a project done. They're either going to ask for Rex or use Google. So you want to make sure that your website's optimized to just kind of pop up on Google easily. So have enough of that content there. Don't make it too simple. You actually want to put enough details on there that helps you on the search engines. So starting a blog just to kind of get things going would be helpful in that arena. And obviously you can do that really easy here on Squarespace, and you can, You can add, maybe upload some behind the scenes from a video that you recently shot, and then put just a little blurb at the bottom, just some things that can help connect the outside world to you and where you live. And that's a really nice way of helping you get work. But yeah, I couldn't tell you how many times I've got a job because someone searched in my area for a cinematographer, and because I've used Squarespace and built up my website like that, I was able to rank higher on Google and get inquiries for those jobs. So something that's definitely important when building your website is being cognizant of the words that you're using on the website. Well, I hope this was helpful, some tips from my end as a cinematographer that's been doing this for a long time, and just knowing that a lot of your work is going to come from the internet, people going on Vimeo or whatever, and they find something that you did, but eventually they're going to end up at your website to see what else you can do and how you can provide value for them on their project. So your website's like the last stop for that. So something's very valuable to have. So if you have more questions over this sort of thing, feel free to leave a comment in the description below. I'll try to answer that for you. I feel like I have some knowledge here. I've been doing it for a while. I want to help you guys out. So leave some questions in the comments below if you want, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because there's gonna be a lot more stuff coming up. Man, I've got some more content over the Komodo coming up. I've got some cinema lenses that I'm about to review. I've got a new production field monitor, 21-inch monitor that I'm about to review as well. So there's stuff coming, so subscribe to the channel now if you want to see more stuff like that. And until next time, guys, I'm Spencer Sakurai. See ya.